and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here to join this discussion and introduce my work. I have been studying in Israel for 6 years and finished my PhD thesis, a comparative study of Hebrew and Chinese literature in response to the catastrophe of World War II in the Department of Hebrew Literature at Ben-Gurion University. Historically speaking, the Jewish and Chinese catastrophe during World War II were not equivalent at all. Each mass killing is unique. My intention is not to compare the histories of two nations. Rather, I would like to survey how historical trauma was transferred into two national literatures, how literature played a role in the context of nation-building process. This is indeed a large question. Its aim is not to describe the fact of two literatures, rather, is to shed new light on a deeper understanding of both national literature and national culture imagination. To observe Chinese world literature can help us to understand Jewish literature and vice versa. I also published a study of contemporary Israeli authors, which shows a general map of 3 generations of Israeli writers after the founding of Israel and the state of Israel. Special concern is given to the Arabic image in modern Hebrew literature, the Holocaust literature in the context of nation building, Israeli literature and the relationship between Israeli literature and the traditional Jewish culture, the relationship between Israeli literature and the Western culture, and so on. One of my major works is to translate Hebrew literature into Chinese. In the last 10 years, I translated and published Amos Ozd's My Michael, Black Books, A Tale of Love and Darkness, After the Holidays, and the short stories of Shai Agnon, David Grossman, Edgar Kellett, and so on. My Michael has won National Book Prize in China and republished in Taiwan, and A Tale of Love and Darkness were elected the best 10 books by China Reader Weekly in 2007. Also, with the cooperation with Israeli institutions, we organized seminars, literature, and national awareness, and also like a special seminar on Amos Ozd's works. At that time, we invited to come with us. Culture and literary communication between two nations is very important to promote the relation of two peoples. The traveling of literature from one country to another can contribute to the building of a bridge of heart between two nations. As Amos Oz said in his visit to China, okay, I want to add one sentence. I'm a good friend of Amos Oz. He's supposed to be here, but at the same time, his daughter is speaking. It's a pity. Okay, wait, I hope next time. The best way for two people to understand each other is, and this is what Amos Oz said, the best way for two people to understand each other is to read others' literatures. He also said, Jewish and Chinese, we have many things in common. Reading each other's literature is perhaps the best way to understand the mind and the soul of the other. In reality, Amos Oz realized his literary idea. Since the founding of a diplomatic relationship between China and Israel, more than 60 Hebrew novels were translated into Chinese. Among them, 8 novels belong to Amos Oz. These works evoked special interest among Chinese intellectuals and common readers in the condition of modern Israel between war and peace, between an ancient identity and sweeping changes, between a deep spiritual tradition and in a desire to change and regenerate the future. Just for example, Amos Oz visited us last year and gave 14 interviews and 8 lectures in Beijing and Shanghai. Our institute organized a seminar in his works. 3 generations of Chinese authors and scholars stayed together to contribute a deep understanding to his works. The literary characters in his works lived in very provincial life, but they revived and traveled to China through translation and discussion. That is why Amos Oz was deeply convinced that literature contains a magic. The more local it is, the more universal it may be. The more provincial the story is, the more universal it may become. He also highly evaluated translators' work. He said the single most important invention in the history of human civilization is the translation. Through translation, or through culture exchange, does modern Hebrew literature reach China and touch the heart of Chinese people. That's all for my lecture. Thank you very much.